Yo, I didn't actually switch around the order of the people. That's what I should have done. Here we go. And I'm going to quickly change the overlay to be with the right people. And then we're going to just restart this and pretend like I'm not live right now. Yo, we are here with Death Unto Madness. This is episode 12 of Death Unto Madness. And Chad just didn't show up for a session. Just calling him out. No, I don't, he might show up. He might appear as we begin the game, but we're just going to go ahead and get started. And he may be joining us shortly. Let's go ahead and do beliefs, instincts, and traits. As we do, Seth, would you get us started off with Cyrillus?
Yes. Okay, come on. You can do it. There we go. All right. So beliefs. I'm on the run from those in power. I will do what it takes to stay alive. I don't know what to think about Ophelia. I will discover her true intentions. And I've been given strange new abilities. I will discover their true potential. And the first step is to gather the appropriate tools.
Nice. Very nice.
Instincts, if I go to an establishment, then I will order a drink. If someone I am with refuses a drink, then I will chide them about it and always be suspicious of everyone. And my traits, I have the veneer of obedience. I'm a drunk. I'm religious, competitive, speaker of the secret language. Unlucky, iron stomach, sea legs, forked tongue.
Turns out when you get the trait corrupted, or not the trait corrupted, but the corruption stat, you just pile on the traits. You just keep getting more and more. Speaking of corruption, Ophelia, what's your stuff?
So my beliefs are, I believe Avra must be protected. I'll make contact with Avra and convince her to take her fate into her own hands. Zoe has a special power. I will seek her out and convince her to teach me about that. Polydora told me that Cyrillus is important. I will work towards understanding how he can help me. And I believe my followers have extreme potential in the spiritual realm. I will train them in the ways of my gods.
Nice.
And then instincts, I always choose an animal over human. If I come across someone I would like to manipulate, I stoop to their level. And I always collect raven feathers and black orchids.
Nice.
And then traits are...
Your long list of traits.
A wonderful list of traits. Speaker of the secret language, cruel, lunatic, loner, and then the normal cultural, religious, intellectual, and competitive. And now we have matriarchal.
Mm-hmm.
And then faith in dead gods, mark of privilege, zealot, lame, enlarged venom sacs, corrupted, and forked tongue, and dreadful.
Nice. Avra, last but not least, what's your stuff?
Okay. I believe Celadon will be a good king. I will find a way to support his cause. I believe my father is ill by someone else's doing. I will get answers with Celadon's aid. And I believe debt is dishonorable. I will clear mine. And then I have 2 instincts right now. I still need to come up with a new one. If I have a coughing fit, then I leave the room. And I always have my falconry gloves on hand. Which I don't know how pertinent that one even is. I mean, it hasn't really had any bearing thus far.
Yeah. You can always change them if you're just like, this doesn't seem like it's...
I don't even know what to put as the third one, though, so I don't want to change the other one unless I actually know what I want to change it to.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. If I have a coughing fit, then I leave the room. I always have my falconry gloves on hand. I think we were trying to think of something else that Avra did that was instinctive. You could have instinct about... one important thing that's happened in the setting is Celadon is now making a play for like the throne, basically, right? Yeah. So you could make and people obviously have opinions about that. So you could make an instinct sort of like, if someone what's the word I'm looking for? If someone speaks ill of Celadon, I will blank. Right? Have an instinctive reaction to whatever's going on there. or maybe the opposite. It could be, right? If someone speaks well of Celadon, I will try to recruit them to our cause, right? Like,
I don't know right this second.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I'll
Just
come
think
up
about
with one. Yeah.
Sure. Cool. What are your traits?
Your grace, formless, religious, competitive, careful, Britty talk, mark of privilege, and driven.
Nice. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I think I want to start with, we'll probably focus on Cyrillus and Ophelia to begin here, since Avra stuff may include Alpheus, as they're kind of connected right now. So we'll start with Cyrillus and Ophelia, and then if Chad jumps on, we'll hopefully be able to get to the more political side of this whole situation. So the thing that I want to start with, I think, is, so obviously you guys took off, right? You guys are on a quest. A vision quest to go to this like ruined temple that that's not Polydora. What is your goat demon's name? I mean, I know he named him.
I do not recall.
I'm trying to find it. Find it again. I think it might be too far up for me to be able. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember the name of this demon thing. One thing we do know, based on last session, is that the gods of enchanting are Hopsef and Nes Anhur, one of which is the goddess of metalwork and strength, I believe, and the other is the god of the arts and music. That sounds correct. And so you're gonna go to their temple, this like ruined temple of theirs that is in the wilderness, and try to figure out what's going on with them. So you guys have begun that journey, right? You guys are heading off on that journey. Is it just you two? Do you guys bring anyone else? Did you bring one other person? Was that what it was?
Yeah, we brought one like big tough man that doesn't know.
Oh yeah, I did not make stats for him, so I need to do that. Let's see. Choose some life paths for him quick. Just the name that it automatically generated for this Burning Wheel character sheet is Fred.
I was thinking about the name Fred that we could rename the goat. That's.
Let's see. I'm just gonna find a random name for this guy so we can actually get a name for him. Ooh, yeah, let's do that one. This guy's name is Gavril. And let's see. He is probably. Let's see. I think he was a slave. He's not terribly bright. Let's see. He was a slave. And then I think he spent some time as a soldier. So, and then he's been an outcast. And so he's, let's see, maybe could be a freebooter. Could be a desperate killer. Let's just do thug.
Fred. Oh wait, he's not Fred. What's his name?
Fred in our house.
Gavril is his name.
Gavril.
He probably just goes by Gav. Everybody still calls him Gav.
Why not Rill? Grill,
yeah. I feel like he has one more. Maybe. Yeah, let's do. Cool. All right. Sounds good. All right, I got his sheet kind of here. We'll fill it in as we go. So Gav is coming with you. What is the general? So I think it's maybe like a day or two travel to this ruined temple. What is the general like vibe of the situation, right? Like, do you guys talk to each other? Like, give me like the travel log bit of like what it feels like to be traveling with just you three. Like Gavin obviously he doesn't say anything. Like he's just there to be muscle.
Oh.
And probably the
What if he's
sacrifice.
chatty?
No, I don't think he is.
No, what do you think, so?
I don't know. I feel like it's very awkward small talk.
Yeah. And is it like Cyrillus like attempting awkward small talk and then Ophelia just not being interested in like having small talk?
Yeah, def for sure. I feel like.
Feels like no, we have a goal. Like
I feel like I like the scene of me doing that thing I did before with him where I'm just trying to kind of be nice and be his friend. And the only way I know how to do that is to like make a fire and sit and drink with him, but I don't like. He's like, "How are you?" And I'm just like,
right.
Drink with me.
So like throughout the day, it's just like silent traveling, and then when you guys camp for that first night, it's like you guys try. Like, Cyrillus tries to strike up a conversation, and Ophelia's just like, "Let's just get drunk, man." Like. Okay, I mean, if Ophelia like kind of like frames it like that, Cyrillus, are you up for a drinking contest? Is that what's happening right now?
Isn't he always?
The way we bond.
Yeah. Okay, let's make an opposed drinking test.
Okay.
Obviously, Ophelia, you do not have that skill.
Oh.
It's fine.
So, I mean, the two options, right, are either you just roll drinking, not unlearned, not being learned, or you could, do some corruption magic. So let me just remind you, I guess, real quick of what you can do here. Let's see. Corruption, where is it? Yeah, here we go. For 1 persona point, a sorcerer may substitute his corruption for any skill or stat in any test. So if you wanted to, you could spend a persona point and then just use your corruption stat as the roll instead of drinking.
I don't know how important this is.
Oh, yeah, you also only have 1 persona point, so yeah, probably don't want to do that.
Give up my life source for a drinking. No, I think I will just willingly fail this.
I guess you could also pray. Like, you could try to do miracle instead, right? You could just be like, gods, make me win.
I guess so.
It's up to you of how much you actually care about this.
I mean, I don't care, but then the only reason why I do is because of that whole thing where Polydor was like, Cyrillus is cool, and so I had to figure out why. So trying to like bond with him and his like idea of fun might be helpful.
Okay, so Ophelia, is your intention with this role mainly like for Cyrillus to open up to you and like for you to learn something about him?
Maybe. Hold on, I'm distracted by the shot that Seth is frozen on is terrifying.
yeah, like y'all froze, and then I was like, oh no.
Oh my gosh.
But y'all are back, so hopefully I'll be back.
There you go.
Anyway, sorry. Your question.
Did you just take a picture of it?
I sent it to them.
Nice. Oh my gosh, you'll have that saved forever. New profile pic.
Oh, that's what it
was. For those of you who missed it on the stream. Think how lovely that is.
It's terrible.
Because then you can work towards your goal, right?
Yeah, and I think it would just probably be advantageous to have a better relationship with him, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, up to you then. Do you want to try to do the prayer instead for this, or just try to do it on your own?
Well, I'm definitely going to fail if I do it on my own, so
Yeah.
I can pray, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, let's take a look at what you got going on with faith stuff that you can use. Faith. I mean, so your options are you could try to open end. You could try to do some sort of minor thing like help me do this, right? Where you could get either open end, so like all the 6s reroll on the test, or like you get bonus dice to it, or you could just go for the big stuff and do an ob 5 minor miracle and just be like, gods, just make me win, like.
So, what am I rolling for this?
So it would be faith in dead gods. And so basically the option here, right, is drinking is the skill that you're trying to do. So you have 2 options here if you're not going to use corruption. It's you can either try to do faith in dead gods, which at a lower ob to just give you bonus dice or like to open end 6s for your being learned drinking test, or you can just forgo that altogether and just try to do a miracle and just be like, I just win the drinking contest through the supernatural might of the gods.
Okay. So I have a 4 in that.
Faith in dead gods automatically reroll 6s, so it's still like possible, right?
Okay. And then do I need more routine tests to move up, don't I? Would
you do? Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Would the normal one be a routine?
If you just do like open end 6s, then that would be a routine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll do that because
Sure.
I care more about that.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yep. Do ob 2 faith in dead gods test. You shoot up a quick prayer. There you go. That's all you needed. Okie dokie. So now you're going to be doing a being learned drinking test. Go ahead and roll your drinking first, Cyrillus. And just put it at an ob of 1, and we'll just see what you get, and then this will be her.
Okay.
Her ob.
Wait, what did I do? I think I did. Okay, drinking. I don't get any help, forks or anything.
I don't think so. I mean, you have like.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think you have any skills for.
I'm not using any
helping with
Artha. Oh, this is weird on the iPad. What was the ob?
Just put it at 1. We'll okay. Reevaluate what the actual ob is once Ophelia rolls, but just to give her the obstacle first here. Okay, 3. Sounds good. So, I mean, okay. So Ophelia, you have a 4 to 5, and if your 6s are re-rolling, you do need a 6, but it's within the realm of possibility. It's not impossible. So yeah, just go ahead and I went ahead and marked it so that it will automatically do the 6s again. But go ahead and do your being learned drinking there and put the ob as 3, which will automatically double to 6.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was a bad roll.
I got hammered, I think.
Yeah, so unless you want to spend spend a fate point, and even then it's like a ridiculous, very implausible that you would succeed. So
I think it worked just fine.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, so your intention mainly, you obviously want to beat him, but like your intention in doing so is to like impress him enough, get him to like you enough or whatever, right? So he'll open up to you in some way and you'll learn something about him. So what happens instead, Cyrillus? Like obviously Ophelia gets hammered, but like what's the like social ramifications of this?
Right. I think I would probably be like, I would look at her and be like, oh, I thought she was like a lot
more
cooler
epic
and stronger than this, but no. I feel like I probably judge someone based on how they hold their liquor a lot more than I should.
Yeah. Perfect.
And so I'm like, oh, she's not that intimidating at all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like that, right? Because this is the thing. I feel like Cyrillus is like one of the only people who like sees Ophelia as she is, right? And not as this crazy, creepy witch goddess queen thing, right? Everybody else is like, whoa, crazy witch queen. And you're just like, you're so drunk right now. And I feel like this isn't like, you're not trying to do the Black Orchid tea. I feel like Cyrillus probably brought some alcohol because, of course,
for sure,
right? And
this is it on me.
Exactly. This is literally you guys just taking it back, like just drinking until you can't drink anymore and just getting hammered. I feel like Gav doesn't. Like, he's the designated driver for the situation, right? So that just in case someone attacks you or whatever, right?
Right.
And it's actually a good thing because I think what happens is you guys are doing this, and Cyrillus is just like, man, I'm not impressed with you, Ophelia. And Ophelia, what does a drunk Ophelia look like?
I feel like giggly.
Right.
I feel like
That's amazing.
yeah, because I don't think I would be weepy, and I don't think I would just be silent because I'm silent anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'm just giggly.
That's terrifying. I don't like that at all. Cool. So Ophelia, you're like laughing about stuff that just isn't funny.
Grabs the stick. And just like,
Yeah. And Cyrillus is just like, oh, okay, well, and so both of you can mark routine, on the drinking stuff.
Okay.
For you, Ophelia, it's like one of the bubbles on being learned. And then you can mark that routine on Faith in Dead Gods if you didn't already. But I think what happens is Gav at one point, right? He I think puts a hand on your shoulder, Cyrillus, and then just says, "We're not alone."
Great. Okay.
What do you do?
I'm like, what do you mean?
There are men approaching.
So
he gets up and like grabs a knife from his belt.
I'm like, from where?
He just points into the woods.
Okay. So then what do I see?
Yeah, I mean, if you like get ready yourself at all, you have like a few seconds where you don't see anything.
Okay. So I probably have my spear. So I like grab my spear. I'm like,
Yeah. And I think swaggering out of the darkness, right? So you have the little campfire going. Swaggering out of the darkness is Hector, your cousin. Flanked by two other of the city guard.
Okay.
The royal guard. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Hector, he's just like shaking his head, and he just says, Cyrillus. I knew I would find you sooner or later. Oh, they are gonna promote me for this. And he's just like standing there, like spear, like they all have spears in their hands, but they're just like,
right,
like, yeah, we caught you. We got the traitor. How do you respond? There's like a face-off, obviously, right? Like,
so there's 3 of them.
Yep, it's Hector and 2 others.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, you really are wasting your time that much chasing me?
It's not a waste if there's a price on your head, and there is a price on your head, Cyrillus.
How much?
And he gives some sort of like modestly high number in the local currency. Like it's like not bad.
I said, oh, okay, well, good to know.
So are you gonna come peacefully, or is this gonna be fun?
Yeah, so I'm not just gonna go and get executed, obviously. I'm gonna put up a fight, Hector. I'm not an idiot.
So what is Ophelia doing during this?
I'm just laughing.
Yeah, and I think he looks down at Ophelia, like, because you're just like giggling and laughing at everything he's saying, and he just says, "Who's the prostitute?"
Oh, you listen, Hector. You don't want to mess with her. She'll take you out.
He just shakes his head, like,
oh no.
Okay. I've dealt with prostitutes before, Cyrillus.
I think maybe my response to that is I turn to, what's your name, Cyrillus, and I say like, "Who's the blank?" Whatever the derogatory like equivalent of prostitute is for males.
Right.
And just start laughing.
His name is Hector. He's really stupid and mean, and I hate him.
He's just like frowning and like kind of he looks at you kind of like angrily, Ophelia, after you said that to him, and he's just like, All right, well, we're going to have some fun with this. I'm going to kill both of you, and then, well, we'll see what happens to the lady afterwards.
I hate it here.
Caleb. I'm going to kill them all.
Okay. So, be great if I could enchant stuff, wouldn't it? But I can't.
I mean, you could try.
No, I don't think that will bode well.
Well, think about it this way, Cyrillus. After you kill them, you might be able to use their blood to do enchanting magic. So,
I mean, I was already gonna try to kill him because. Oh.
And
hi.
The prodigal son returns.
Bro, I just woke up.
No, you're good.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're
Hello.
good. It's all good.
Are we live?
We are live. We're in the middle of
Hello.
All good. All good.
Forgive me.
No, you're good. Take some time to kind of recuperate and just pay attention to this fun scene.
Okay,
That's
I'm listening.
Yeah, Cyrillus and Ophelia are have been cornered by Cyrillus' cousin.
Oh, dang.
In the woods. What did you say, Ophelia?
Said I'm slobbering drunk.
Oh yeah, Ophelia's incredibly drunk after failing a drinking contest with Cyrillus.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, cool.
Okay.
What do you do, Cyrillus?
So I'm gonna like talk to Gav, and I'll be like, "Which one do you want?"
I think he shrugs and he says, "Take your pick."
Okay. Well, I'll take Hector because yeah,
Makes sense.
because I know him.
Well, the other two are mine then.
Okay. And in my head, I'm like, I think Gav, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, Gav's gonna be the one that dies with us on this trip.
Yeah.
So.
And like that's the thing, right? Like you announced that to the whole camp, didn't you, Ophelia? Like someone's gonna die on this trip. But I think Gav is like fanatically loyal to your cause, right? So he's like, I'm willing to be the sacrifice. Like I'll do whatever I need to do.
So I guess we
You
just
fight.
charge.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do a bloody versus, shall we? It's like the second. Because we could just do like one roll back and forth, but I think let's do a bloody versus. This could be a little bit more interesting. Let's see here. All right. Well, first let's add up your dice here. So Cyrillus, you're obviously making the roll for your side of the conflict. So you are using spear, I assume.
Yes.
And what are you forking in? What are you going to attempt to fork in?
If I can fork in brawling,
Yep,
that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Oh, I don't have that skill.
Might be the only one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But you will get an extra die from Gav for his knife.
Okay.
Am I going to be of any help in this situation?
So, I mean, yeah, I feel it's up to you what you want to be doing, right? They're obviously going to have a brawl here. You could
They have knives as a thing.
Oh, that's true.
So I could like sneak behind him and knife him in the ribs.
Yeah, do you want to offer Cyrillus a helping die here with your knives? Like your okay. So you are drunk. I'm trying to think of how that plays in exactly. How about you go ahead and make a fort test, Ophelia? Just make a fort test to like see if you can keep yourself together enough to be able to actually help in this fight.
Okay. So do I roll the fort?
Yeah, fort at the top of the stats there. In stats. Let's make it an up 2.
I'm scared. Hey.
There you go. Perfect.
Nice.
Routines don't count for anything for stats, so you won't get anything there. But at the very least, you're good to go in terms of keeping your brain focused enough to do something. Right, I imagine Ophelia just still like laughing maniacally as she just like stab someone who comes near her. Like, yeah. But we can frame that when we get to it. Cool. So Ophelia is also giving you a die. So you have 3 dice so far.
Okay.
Besides your 4 that you start off with spear, right? So 7 altogether. Let's see. You guys. Let's see if there's any other advantages here. Do you have armor, Cyrillus?
I believe I do.
See if I can find that anywhere.
Does that? Where would it show that? Oh,
yes,
armor.
you have heavy mail.
Cool.
So that adds a 3 more dice to your roll here.
Oh. Okay.
Do you have a shield?
Right.
I don't think you have a shield. No, you don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if Hector has armor. He does. He also has armor, so he'll also get 3 dice for his armor. What's your reflexes, Cyrillus? It should be in your right below steel in your attributes.
Okay. Steel. I'm looking.
Your reflexes.
Okay, steel, and then you said under.
Should be
okay, there it
underneath.
is.
Yeah.
This is. I think it's. Is it 0? No, that's a 3. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a 3.
Okay, so unfortunately for you, that Hector has a 4 in reflexes, so he will get an extra die for having a higher reflexes than you. I see. I think that's all the other extra dice. Let me just double check what what Hector has to work with in terms of his main stuff. Okay, so he is using spear, he has knives, and he has brawling. So he gets 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's going to be using 12 dice. What dice do you have so far with everything?
Good question.
Because you have Gav and Ophelia helping you.
So that I had 3 with them, right? 3 with them and brawling.
Them and brawling, yep. So
And then 3 with the heavy armor?
7, 10. Yeah, so I think you have 10.
Okay.
Okay, so then this is what we're going to do. So you have 10 dice, he has 12 dice. Now, go ahead and, in your mind, split that into a attack and defense pool, right? So how much you focus on hurting them and how much you're focused on keeping yourselves safe.
Oh, no.
You have 10 dice to work with.
This is stressful. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go even.
Okay, yeah. I think that's what he's going to do too.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll. This is his attack pool and his defense pool. Okay, he got 3 successes on both. Now you go ahead and just do the same thing. So /R space 5d6 greater than 4. And
Okay.
roll that twice.
So /R
space
5. Is there a space after the 5?
No, 5d6 all one, and then greater than 4.
Space greater than 4?
Nope.
Okay. Where is it? There it is. Okay.
So this would be your attack pool. Okay, 3. Now just click the up button on your keyboard, and it should put in the same command you just wrote in, and you can just
It's
enter
my
it in.
iPad. Hold on.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Okay, so /R 5d6 Where is the equal sign? There it is. Not the equal sign. We're struggling over here. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Just even across the board. 3 on everything. Okay. Let's see. See how this works then.
Okay.
Successes in the defense pool subtract from the opponent's attack successes. So it's literally just 0. Neither side hits. This titanic struggle leads to a deadlock. No wounds are suffered. The side with the most defense successes decides what happens next. Doesn't matter because you both are. So let me just. I'm just gonna roll the die of fate here on a 1 to 3. They get to decide what happens next. On a 4 to 6, you guys do. Okay, so here are your options, right? You can do another round of fighting probably with a different skill, right? So maybe like the spears have been all knocked out of everybody's hands, and now it's just like knives and fists, right? Or you could do a fort versus test to outlast your opponent, or a power versus test to subdue your opponent, or a speed versus test to escape. Like what is
not speed.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's your goal? What would be the next thing here? If like it's just like rough, dirty, like people are just like it's just no one's getting in clean hits. It's just like wrestling and
Okay, so you said another skill. You said fort.
So probably like brawling or knives for no skill. Fort or power, yeah. Fort to like outlast, so it's just like who breaks first, who gets tired first, or power to like subdue.
Okay, so my power is 5, my fort is 4, and then my brawling is 2. What are their? What's his power and fort?
I don't think you know that, Sarah.
Oh crap. Well, my power is the highest, so I feel like that's the smartest option.
Yeah, sure, sounds good. Just go ahead and add 2 dice to your power, and he'll add 2 dice to his. Because right, you guys get help from the other people. Now it's just a versus test.
Arthur, no.
So you're obvious.
Do I have a? Can I spend a persona or something?
Oh yeah, you can spend a persona on this.
I feel like I want to do that.
Sure.
I have 2, so. Okay. Oh, what is that? iPad is being. This is a hot mess.
So we've already moved on from it, but I guess technically what I should have actually said first is you could have actually spent fate to reroll to get some more successes.
Did it roll it?
It doesn't look like it yet.
Okay. Because let me redo it because it didn't. I'm reloading because we're struggling over here.
Well, so Cyrillus, you have a bunch of fate. Do you want to just do that instead? Do you want to spend some fate and see if you can get some more successes? Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Because you have a bunch that you need to spend. You have 16 fate.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so I'm back. Okay, so I'm on. Where is it? Power.
But let's just go ahead and click on the little fate die.
Oh.
And we're going back to like the actual like fight. The actual like.
Spear
fight, right?
Okay. Where?
So you got 1 6 on each on your attack and defense pool, right?
Right.
So, I guess probably we would just start with attack, right? Because you just want to get more attack successes. That's your goal here. You can spend 1 or 2 fate, up to you.
2.
Yeah, go ahead. So click on the little fate die at the top of the screen on stats and skills. Put in remaining ob as 1 and 2
I see
dice.
it. Okay, so remaining ob is 1, and then 2 dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 1 success over them.
Okay.
So let's see. Extra successes in the attack pool do damage as described in the weapons chapter. Okay. Weapons chapter section. So that means so you get 1 or 2 successes over the obstacle, so it's a mark. What is your power is 5, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. So you do a 5, whatever your plus whatever your spear's power is. I didn't put it in the character sheet, so I gotta look it up. What does a spear give you? 2 more. Okay, so it's a B7 for them. Let's see what that means for Hector. So this is like a very close fight, but then at the very end, you get a leg up, and let's see, what is 7? So that's a meaty wound for Hector and likely his goons. So it doesn't like make him go unconscious because it's just minus 2 dice. But you wound him, right? We see you stab him. I mean, all 3 of them get stabbed, right? So I think we see Cyrillus, you managed, you're fighting back and forth with Hector. You managed to like knock him in the head with like the shaft of the spear, and then you stab him in the chest. Alpheus, or not Alpheus, I was just looking at your name when I said this. Gav, right? The other guy that's with you, gets a clean hit and gets inside the reach of the spear, the other guy, and stabs him. And then Ophelia, I think, the other soldier that's with Hector, like at one point gets like knocked aside or he stumbles or something because of Cyrillus, and then comes in your range, and you like stop being drunk for a second, right? Sober up real quick, and then just like stab him in the torso in one way or another. And so they're all wounded at this point. Let's see, bloody versus the way it's described here is, then you would describe how you've bested or run off your opponent. So kind of up to you. Like, so you've hurt all of them. How does this end? Like, is this just they surrender? Do they run away? Do you like knock them out? You're kind of in control of the scene after that.
I mean, I feel like Cyrillus is like, he's on the run. He doesn't need them going back and then sending more people. So I feel like he is just at the point where he wants to kill them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think probably what happens, right, is it's a bloody fight, and I think the other 2 soldiers just get killed, I think, at that point, right? Because they become at the mercy of Gav and Ophelia, and they just finish them off, right? But I think Hector probably is like clutching his side, and he looks up at you, and he's just like, please, cousin, you don't want to kill me, do you?
Not really, but do I have a choice?
I promise. I'll do whatever you want. Just don't do it. I don't want to die.
I guess I'll be like, I know you're drunk right now, but like, is there anything you can do with him, Ophelia? Like, is he of any use? Like, can you use him for anything?
I don't know. Can we?
I don't know.
Ophelia, you could use your imagination. I'm sure there's plenty of uses you would have for. You could figure out plenty of things that you could do with this guy, I assume.
Probably at some point. I don't have any off the top of my head of like, genius plan.
Right. So we can crowdsource this.
For now, we can like keep him alive, and we can just like make a paste out of black orchids maybe, and just shove it in the wound. Like,
you want to do like magic healing crap? Is that what you're doing?
Well, is that magic healing crap or just?
I mean, you don't have herbalism, so it's not like you're gonna actually be trying to do herbalism.
I'm just like, maybe we can just shove some plants in this.
Is that what you want to do? You want to do like a minor miracle? Is that what you're trying to do here?
Well, I figure we should keep him alive. Well, actually,
because this is the thing. He currently has a immediate wound, which means like he's legit wounded. He's bleeding, and it will get worse if like you guys just leave it. He has field dressing. I think Cyrillus does too.
Do I?
Yeah, you have field dressing.
Yep. Oh, I do.
So you could try to like stop bleeding if you wanted to.
Okay.
But I mean, it really just depends on whether or not you want to keep the guy alive or not. I'm sure Ophelia could find uses for him.
Either way, probably.
Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, honestly, you could use his body for something probably too. We did say that necromancy is another thing that exists in this world.
Right.
We'll just let fate decide if he lives or not. And if the field dressing works, cool. And if not, also cool.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So Ophelia, you just basically just say, like, keep him alive for now. Like,
if you take him with you into the, like, temple thing, maybe he'll die and not your guy.
Exactly, yep.
Much to think about.
We can keep this man around, I suppose.
Okay, cool. Cyrillus, I mean, go ahead and roll field dressing, and we'll see how well that works.
Okay. Where is that?
It's on your skill list there. Hector can help
Okay.
you, right? He can help you like
Right.
dress him up.
Oh, I do have it. Wow. So 1 help.
And let me just double check like if there's anything anybody else can do.
Okay.
Yeah, Ophelia doesn't actually have any skills that help heal people.
I'm in the business of harming.
She's a bad guy.
I mean, it's true.
She just wants to kill everybody and
It's very true.
be creepy.
And Gab doesn't really have any skills that can help you either. So yeah, this is just you and Hector trying to do this, trying to do soldier field dress and stuff. Let me double check what your ob's gonna be, because your goal basically is just to stop it from getting worse.
Right.
Okay. So you were using field dressing. This is gonna be an ob 4 test.
Okay.
So you're rolling 3 dice against an ob 4. I guess one thing you could do, Ophelia, is you could give him help with prayer if you would like to.
Might as well.
Yeah. Do you want to do one of the smaller ones again?
Yeah.
Do you want to open end the 6s?
Is there a choice?
I need to double check what a difficult actually is for that for you. Let's see. Because you have what, 4 dice in it? Yeah, for it to be routine, it needs to just be the open ending. So if that's what you want, then
yeah,
just do that. Okay. Yeah, ob 2, faith and dead gods roll. Go for it.
Super bright.
There you go. Marking of the routine.
Yay.
So yep. I will go ahead and click on your field dressing there, and it will automatically open end the 6s now when you roll it to your list.
Okay.
So go ahead and add 1 like advantage die on that first field, and then make the ob 4. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oof.
Hmm.
You didn't add the. Oh wait, you did. Wait, why did you only roll 3 dice? Do you still have a wound? No. Wait, why is there only?
My base is 2.
Oh yeah. Never mind. I forgot how this works. If you want to, you can spend a fate.
Might as well.
I mean, you have plenty. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, put remaining ob is 3 and 1 dice. Nope. A 2 does not cut it. Cool. This is gonna be bad. Let's see. Failed to stop the bleeding.
Makes bleeding worse.
Okay.
That's okay. We could probably use a dead body.
Yeah.
So you spend about 40 minutes like struggling with this field dressing, and it's it's so sloppy. It's just the sloppiest field dressing job ever. And I mean, basically what this means, right? A midi wound must be treated before the conclusion of the session, or else the wound becomes a severe wound. So at the end of like next session, it will advance to a severe wound, which means he'll have -3 dice to everything. But right now he just has the wound. He's just slowly bleeding, and it's getting worse. And he'll have -2 to everything he tries. But you I guess you drag him with. Is that the plan?
I guess so.
Cool. There you go. You have Hector, your cousin, coming with you. I'm glad you didn't kill him. I like this guy too much. He's funny.
Well, he might die, so.
I'm sure he probably will, but at least it will be an advantage to you guys. You can use him. So. Cool. So I think I have a scene to start off with Avra, or Avra rather. So Avra.
I was like, that's not her name.
Yeah.
Like something's wrong in the universe.
Avra, where are you right now? Like, just frame what would be somewhere Avra would be during the course of her day that isn't like your estate. It probably isn't the bird place because that's the only two places you ever go. So like,
that's
what would be somewhere else you would be?
Question. I don't know.
I mean, you have like run of the palace quarter or whatever it is.
I don't know what that means.
As in like the noble, like where the palace is and all the like government buildings and stuff. You could be with Celadon while he's doing something.
Probably.
Okay. Let's say you guys are like at the assembly hall where like they meet to do government stuff.
Government stuff.
Yeah. And let's say maybe Celadon has just finished giving a speech. So Alpheus, you're working with Celadon now, right? And like the goal is like you're gonna make him king. And Alpheus's plan really is to just use this whole situation to basically overthrow the king and hopefully get your people in a better place. So you're probably around here somewhere. Celadon is giving a speech at the assembly hall. What is it for, Alpheus? What do you think? What would be something that you suggested that he would give a speech about? Because he's trying to like drum up support. What would be something that either you, Titan, or Malekith like has suggested for him to do?
So the Jagati are constantly raiding, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember, if I remember correctly, I think you got like a bill passed to like have more military in the outer towns, right? I think you like did that.
So maybe. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe the bill passed, but the king's not commanding the military to do it.
Mm.
And Celadon's out here saying, like, he's basically trying to drum up support for, or not drum up support, but what's the word? Like expose that, like get people aware, make them aware of it, that that this thing passed and the king's still not, like, he's kind of putting a target on his back, but at the same time, like, people are gonna be on his side 100%.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they will if he rolls well, but
yeah, but
so yeah, that makes sense.
You better roll, bro.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we'll start with that. We'll see how well that went. And then there's a scene that's going to happen with Avra right after he finishes it. So let's see. He's going to be rolling oratory. And he's going to add court gossip-wise. He'll probably throw in some pieces of doctrine in here. Etiquette, history, noble-wise, obscure history, rule of law, and persuasion. So he is now rolling with 12 dice. And yeah, I mean, he's trying, basically his intent is, yeah, like make the General Assembly aware of this problem and basically to push the issue, right? For the Assembly to basically be like, listen, this is a law that passed, and like basically force the king's hand and basically just be like, you have to do this. You're muted, Chad.
I'm saying he wants people to care, like,
yeah,
you're right. We do need to stop these raiders from killing people.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So can he reference that like thing that happened in Alpheus's town?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. Probably, right.
Because that would be like look what happened over here, you know.
Crazy people were attacking the town. Yeah, there's something really bad happening. We need to make sure there's a presence there. Yeah, and I think the thing is, like, the bill was passed, so like the assembly was aware of this already, but now it's like, listen, the king is like trying to veto this. We can't let him. Like, he doesn't have that. He has ceremonial power. Like, this is not something he can like refuse. Which is, it's gonna be difficult, right? Because like the whole big thing here is that King Thestios is like crazy and a warlord, so like pushing against him could be bad for everybody. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, well, he got 5 out of 6, and he has 3 6s that he rolled. Caledon, like, has been doing stuff, so I think he has at least 1 fate point, so I'll spend a fate for him. And we'll see how that goes. There you go. 2 successes. So yeah, I mean, the people are going to stand up to Thestios, right? That's what, and we'll see. We're going to have to see how that, like, what the fallout of that looks like. But that's the assembly has decided, like, listen, enough is enough. Like, we have to, we are forcing the militaries to go out to these towns and do their job is, even if the king says no. And I think probably what happens, right, is he's just finished this speech, and everyone's like, yeah, okay, cool, we're going against the king, sort of a thing, right? And then someone else comes to the next person who's, like, giving a speech, right, who needs to bring attention to the assembly, bring something to the assembly's attention. And it is Lord Soter, right? The oily, greasy guy that tried to get Avra to marry him. And
Like him.
Exactly. Nobody likes him. Except all the people that Alpheus got killed to become where he is. Yeah. And his influence has been waning. It's Lord Soter is going to make a power play here to try to get some power and some influence back. And so he is going to get up to the stand, and he gives his speech along the lines of, let's see how you start this. I applaud Lord Caledon for his insight and bravery in bringing us this situation to our attention. The law is important. The law is what makes this city what it is. Our proud legal tradition over hundreds of years. The gods have instituted the law of this city, and we merely uphold it. And it is within this frame that I bring another important issue to the assembly's attention. Something that the king himself will also need to address. And then he grabs, like, a scroll, and he unrolls it and, like, holds it out to, like, the assembly. And he says, "This is a contract, one that was signed, sealed, and promised to me a few weeks ago. And it seems like legal tradition is not something that Caledon actually cares about, because he has denied this contract and gone against it. I bring it to the assembly's attention now because a coup is afoot, a shift in the balance of the court, and it is done by Caledon and the princess herself.
Is you.
The law cannot be thrown aside so lightly. This is a marriage contract that Princess Avra signed and sealed, being promising to marry me in 3 weeks' time."
Excuse you.
And obviously you didn't. Obviously you didn't, right? Like, of
Did I
course
sign anything at any point?
Nope.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. But he's like, and this is something that needs to be brought to the assembly's attention and to the king's attention. The law cannot be thrown aside so carelessly, and Princess Avra has done so in announcing her engagement to Lord Caledon. Where is my justice? I would ask the assembly to think on this and to rule justly. Yeah, so I mean, the assembly, like, starts chattering to each other, like, "Well, wait, what? Like, that, what?" Sort of a thing. And obviously they're, like, all, like, influenced in on Caledon's side. But this is an issue, right? Like, if Avra has just, like, had promised one guy one thing and then just, like, turns her back on it and goes with Caledon when he's becoming more influential, like, that's like, whoa, everybody needs to take a step back here for a second. So the assembly starts talking and stuff. Obviously the assembly's going to have to meet on this. King Thestios is probably going to have to be brought in on this because, like, he, in theory, right, Oh, and you know what it probably is, actually? I just realized another thing. And then he probably says after that, he says, of course, I say that we need to bring this to the king's attention, not only because our legal tradition is at stake, but King Thestios is the one with the actual legal right to give his daughter away in marriage, and he must be the final arbiter in this case. And so Avra and Alpheus, like, obviously the assembly starts chattering, and they're gonna, like, have to deliberate on this. Like, but what's the stuff that you guys maybe try to do to, like, figure out, like, what's going on?
Would it be improper for me to go up there and say something?
Roll an etiquette to see. I think it would be...
I mean, my initial reaction is as I'm thinking, is the king obviously doesn't care about the rule of law in Sinia.
No. So,
shut up, lords. Get out of here, fool. Like, nobody wants to hear your ass. Oh. Sorry. But I don't know if that... I'm pretty sure my character would probably say the same thing.
Yeah. Cool. Go ahead and roll, etiquette, Avra. Ob 3. You can, I was just gonna say you can fork and roll, but it's all good. I mean, you get a difficult test, so that's good for you. But yeah, I don't think it is. Yeah, you do not have jurisdiction right now to say anything. But yeah, go ahead and mark that difficult test on etiquette. You can spend a fate though if you have fate.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean it'd be a 1 in
deal with it some other
chance. Way. Yeah. So you can't do that. I mean, yeah. What's the plan from either of you? Like, I guess first, like, Caledon, like, he looks at you and he doesn't, like, question whether or not you actually did it. But he's just like, how did he? It's a forgery, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she just, it's like, I don't even know where he's pulling these lies from.
Yeah. I mean, Alpheus, you're probably around. Do you, like, talk to them about this? Because you kind of become like an informal advisor to Caledon in this whole situation, right?
I just don't know what he should do.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he probably asks you, right, if you're, like, there.
Yeah, but I don't know what he should do.
Right, I mean, he's just like...
So Caledon walks up to me, or...
Yeah, I mean, he probably... Like, you're probably all in the same box seat, sort of thing, right, after he's come back from his speech.
Yeah.
And so Caledon will just look at you and he just says, well, what do you think, Alpheus? Is this... It's obviously not legitimate. Do you have any insight into how he might have gone about making a forgery? Obviously, we're going to have to inspect it, but I assume if Soter has brought this to the attention of the assembly, I assume the forgery is incredibly concrete.
So that's the assumption, is that he forged it.
It kind of has to be, right?
So he's saying that the king is giving Avra to him as wife? Is that what he's saying?
Not necessarily. He's saying that Avra forged a contract with Soter, with him, right? And said, like, said she promised to marry me. And basically he's saying the king ultimately, like, the assembly can rule on this, but the king ultimately has, like, the final arbiter.
But Avra never did that.
Because he's her father, right? But Avra didn't do it. Yeah.
Okay, well then I think we do. Oh, she already didn't pass her etiquette test?
Yeah, she cannot go up there and say anything right now. Yeah, that would not be the proper etiquette in this.
Are they engaged?
I could go up there, but it wouldn't be improper. It would be improper for me.
Are you guys engaged?
Caledon and her. Yeah.
I think Caledon needs to go up and speak on behalf of his betrothed.
Yeah, I mean, he says, well, I mean, obviously, but what do you think I should say? I don't want to come off as desperate in this situation. Maybe we should wait and deliberate more.
Caledon, just plainly state the truth. This would be one of the few times I tell you not to lie.
Yikes.
And obviously I suck at lying. Every time I lie, I fail the roll.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Caledon doesn't have falsehood either. So.
So he needs to get up. Caledon, you need to go up there, tell them it's a forgery, and here's what you should do to make a political statement. Take Avra and have her stand behind you, on your right hand side, so that they know you're backing her up. Like you guys are there, and she's backing you up too.
Yeah. Do you want to make an etiquette roll, Alpheus, to see if that like would be a good move?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Like whether or not like the politics of the situation, like could.
I'm just using.
Could say that confidently.
Be on my right hand. Sit on my right hand.
Right.
Okay. I'm trying to open my.
So it'd be etiquette. You could probably fork in rule of law, and maybe bureaucracy.
Where's my etiquette? Okay. So
yeah, I think it's probably two forks.
I agree.
And then it's gonna be an up 3.
Nice.
There you go.
Got him.
Mark that routine etiquette. You need 3 more of those, and you'll advance your etiquette. Yeah, I mean, I think that's obviously true, right? And I think it's like a more complex political statement that you're making by suggesting that than just like it's at her right hand. There must be some sort of like either maybe not religious, but like political significance to that sort of statement that would be impactful to everybody. I think maybe probably along the lines of it's almost as if Caledon is subtly calling out Soter as like a unchivalrous person by even like suggesting this, right? And basically he is like playing the part of the court knight at this point, saying like I will defend the honor of Lady Avra, not even as her betrothed, but just as like a good man, right? Like this is unacceptable in the courtly like gender politics. Cool. Well, let's have him make a roll and see how well that goes over. He'll get an advantage dice from you for that. But so yeah, I mean, I guess he's gonna approach it like that, right? Like I am defending her honor. Basically trying to. I think his intent, right, is gonna be like this. This is a absolutely dishonorable thing to even bring up to the General Assembly. Like if this is true, then it should have been brought in private first, right? As opposed to being aired out like dirty laundry to the entire assembly. But we'll see if that argument actually wins them over, because people like gossip. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5. It's gonna be he's gonna get 5 advantage dice for this. And I think it's going to be an ob 5. There you go. Right on the money.
Nice.
Cool. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's like, I think the assembly is on your guys' side, right? What's his face? Caledon has just completely shut down any momentum that Soter has with the assembly. The wild card in this situation, though, is Soter is obviously going to bring this up to the king.
Yeah.
And who knows what the king is going to do, right? So I guess, like, that's probably going to happen. That's going to be the next thing that happens. And the assembly probably says as much, like whoever's the head of the assembly basically just says, like, all right, this is our deliberation. Like, we obviously just have to bring this to the king's attention, and the king's word will be final on this. Basically, and I think he says, like, everyone's obviously dancing around the fact that the king is crazy. And so he basically says something along the lines of, in a subtle fashion, like, even though we know the king's, like, not in his best mind right now, like, this is still ultimately, like, this is a fatherly decision that he has to make. Like, it's legitimately, like, legally up to him, like, who Avra can even marry in the first place. So, like, especially because she's like a princess, right? So, like, if he just decides that Soter's contract is legal, like, that's it. And so they just like wash their hands of it like Pilate, and are just like, it's not up to us. We'll let the king decide. So that there's probably going to be a little bit of a process before the king makes a decision on that. Are Alpheus and or Avra going to make a move before that?
I'm probably going to tell Caledon we should just go to him now.
Go to the king right now?
Ask about this, yeah.
Okay. This is the. I mean,
she's been through enough at this point where she's like, okay, I need to actually like work up enough courage to go talk to my father, even though he's insane and I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a little dangerous, like in light of the speech that Celadon just made?
I mean, it totally is, right? It's ridiculously dangerous.
Because I would probably be like,
yeah,
dude,
and I mean, Celadon's
be careful.
And that's the thing, like Celadon, I think is like obviously we have to talk to him, but like he is hesitant himself.
Because
right?
if the other guy gets to him first,
yeah,
and the king is like, sure, whatever, then
yeah, I get what you're saying.
How is she gonna get out of that?
Yeah, and so I think Celadon probably just looks at you, Alpheus, and just says, "Well, how do you advise caution in this situation? What should our approach be?"
So he needs to go in. I'm thinking out loud. So he needs to be able to. Well, I don't know. I don't know that the king is just gonna like kill him or be so mad or.
That's the thing. Does. Who knows, right?
Right.
He randomly killed the high priest of the religion.
But he could kill Soter and be like, "You forged my daughter's name."
Also,
You're
totally
dead.
true. That's the issue. Like you're. I mean, Alpheus. Like the thing is, here you guys have to find something that could be an actual advantage because as of right now, it is literally just a toss of the dice whether or not.
Maybe a good way to do it is to somehow get the information to him that Soter forged a royal signature, and not yet approach him about the engagement, the marriage, but just bring to light the fact that Soter has disgraced the royal name by trying to forge a signature.
And you know what I think Celadon brings up too, and he seems to think about that. And he's like, well, it's too bad that you've alienated Croesus, the high priest. Otherwise, he would be the perfect person to bring the news. I think what we need to do is maybe, if that's the tactic we're going to take, if we're going to begin small, we're going to do that first, bring up that portion of it to him, and hopefully that will frame everything for him in that light. I think maybe none of us should be the people who, well, and then he seemed to think about it, and he says, well, obviously I can't do it, and Avra shouldn't do it. And then he just looks at you, Alpheus.
No.
But he doesn't know you.
Don't you just have like some servant you can send?
And this is the thing. He's like obviously our best situation here would be to like if he knew someone that he's like he likes, and that's the person who brings it to him, then obviously that's the best situation. But he's like, I just don't know of that person. Like I don't think we have the contacts we need to have.
Well,
that
he's
person
not
on
really
our
cool
side.
with anybody right now, except
exactly. But he's especially not cool with Avra, right? Because he thinks Avra is Ophelia right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he hates Ophelia.
And he hates Ophelia. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
So he's looking at you like,
except I don't want to do it.
You're an unbiased party, yeah.
Why don't we send somebody we don't care about getting killed? Not me.
And he's like, do you have someone who is up to the challenge? You can talk the ear off of anyone, Alpheus.
And then I look at him like, whoa.
Except if he tries to
I mean, we got this far. Because I can't keep my mouth shut. Yeah, I'll go. I go with great apprehension.
Okay, sounds good. So I think what happens is you're getting ready to go, right? And Titan comes up to you, right?
And I say, oh, just the man I'm looking for. You need to come with me so I don't get killed.
Yeah, and he kind of like smiles and he says, I was just about to suggest something rather similar.
And then I'm like, my man. Well, no, I don't say that, but that's how I feel inside.
Yeah, for sure. And he says, I think this is maybe the time, Alpheus.
To kill him? I don't say that. I'm asking you.
Yeah, that's what he means, obviously.
I'm like, you mean, why? Why is it time now? What? Explain yourself.
I think he says, well, he says, Alpheus, you've just made a name for yourself in this court, and I think you have enough clout to go to the king and have a private audience with him. He'll have soldiers, of course, but the thing is, you'll be able to bring me, because what good is any nobleman without his entourage? I can't think of a better opportunity to get close enough to the king to kill him than now. Do you know of a time that will work beyond this?
Okay, Titan, but
what happens if you do this and I'm not there and then it all fails? What if happens if we don't try?
If you kill
there
him,
is not another
if you
opportunity?
kill him while I'm there, everyone's gonna hate me. Everyone's gonna want to kill me. It's gonna be the coincidence of eternity. Oh, he just the first time Alpheus meets the king just happens to die. No, I'm not. Unless you can kill him, like, in a way that he doesn't die while I'm there or too soon after I'm there, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, and obviously, like, Titan is going to suggest something like that. Like, he's like, I'm not just going to run up and stab him. I'm just trying to think myself of, like, what would be a good strategy here.
But, like, I guarantee you, like, so basically in all of history, like, poison is a woman's weapon, right? Like, poison is men don't poison people, they kill them.
I mean, Titan doesn't care about that.
Well, then he can poison them.
Also, the gender roles in this society are kind of flipped.
I mean, they're not flipped. They're just slightly different.
Yeah. He should poison them.
There are certain things that are different.
Also, I
Malekith,
like
I guarantee you, Malekith
if you're killing someone, do you care that bad?
About what?
Like, do you care that much about, like, if you really want to
it depends on how much you care about honor. Because poisoning someone's always been dishonorable. Like, you're basically like a punk if you poison them. Yeah.
Does Titan have honor?
No, that's why I currently. Yeah, Titan can poison him. All right.
Here's the thing. I'm trying to think this through because Titan doesn't have poisons himself, right?
Malekith can obviously make poison. He looks like a witch doctor.
Wow, I feel like that's racist against No, like in the game, right? Like the race, like in the game. Like, I feel like that would be a racist thing to say in this world. Like,
I feel like Alpheus would make that kind of statement, though.
Alpheus is just me. He's just me at this point, saying the dumbest
thing. Yourself.
I know, but
Chad, are you racist?
Is racism a hate crime? I plead the fifth. Just kidding. All right. Anyways, I really do think Malekith can make a poison.
I'm looking at his character sheet right now.
Or get it.
He cannot. I mean, he could certainly get it.
Oh yeah. Go get poison from your crazy sister.
I mean, she's gone right now, and I don't think anyone knows about her in this conspiracy.
Except for Celadon.
Yeah, I mean, between you, Titan, and Malekith, none of you know about Ophelia.
Well, why doesn't he come be like?
So I mean, this is the thing. I feel like Malekith could buy poison, right? Mm-hmm. That's a thing that he could certainly do, and Titan could probably like administer the poison. The thing here would just be exactly how that's framed, right? Like, how are they actually giving him the poison?
Why don't I give him a gift?
That's what I was thinking.
When I arrive, maybe I bring my own bird, and my bird has to land on his hand. No, but he's
the guys don't have the birds.
Oh yeah, I don't have a bird. Well, how does a guy say hello? They don't shake hands.
Hi.
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 What were you gonna say, Maria?
Well, isn't it proper etiquette to bring a basket of like fruit or something? Like that happens?
Yeah, we did say that. Yeah.
That's like the perfect means of poisoning someone.
And that's the thing, right? Like, the issue would be Thestios is very paranoid, right? So, like, this would have to be done in such a way where he wouldn't be suspicious about the fruit. I'm trying to think of how that could be pulled off. Like, does someone know, like, what his favorite fruit is? Like, something he can't resist?
Avra should know that. What is it? Mangoes.
I mean, that could literally be a thing that Alpheus brings up to Avra. It's like, hey, I'm going to give him a gift to, like, have this go over well. What is his, like,
does she know we want to kill him?
Fruit or drink?
See,
no.
I don't have to tell her.
No, I'm saying, like, obviously you wouldn't say,
okay,
like,
so if I kill her dad, are her and Kellogg gonna be pissed off at me?
I mean, if they know it's you, yeah.
It ain't me. It's Titan. So
Also, isn't it kind of suspicious? Like, I feel like the best way to go about that is to give a very common fruit. Because if you give, like, I feel like if
his favorite fruit, yeah.
somebody I didn't know brought me one of my favorite things, I'd be like, how did you know that I loved that? Like that.
Right, yeah.
Like if somebody
especially if you're paranoid.
I'd be like, all right, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is just like, given everything we know about this situation with Thestios, this has to be something out of the ordinary. Whatever the situation is, right? Like whether or not it's giving him fruit or whatever, it has to be something that would break through that like paranoia. Oh my gosh, Kara, you're so noisy with that.
She has her pig.
Yeah, she has a pig. Yes, I know you're so cute, but you're very noisy.
Okay, I don't know. I think that we just walk in there with a bow and arrow then, if we can't figure it out. It's too hard.
I would definitely not shed good light on Celadon for his like right-hand man to be killing the king.
Did anyone else have a suggestion as to what might make sense here?
I mean, we have to try to kill.
So
I think it is the right time to try to kill him, because Titan will never be able to get that close to the king.
Yeah,
like it would be really hard.
You know what it should be though? Actually, it should be Titan comes in with you as your entourage, and then mysteriously gets left behind. Right?
Okay.
And then he sneaks through the palace and then goes to his private quarters.
I am fine with that.
Yeah. Because this is mainly about like getting Titan into the palace, right? He needs a reason to be able to go into the palace without people like
being like, why is he here?
The security is tight enough on the out, like externally, that he wouldn't be able to sneak in. But if he's already inside, he could sneak around probably.
Right.
Okay, but also the whole reason that Alpheus is going in here is to talk to the king and tell him that this one guy tried to forge a signature. Is the king going to even have enough time to react on that information?
Good question.
Like at this point, is Titan wanting to kill the king taking place over the whole reason he's going in there in the first place?
Yeah, so let's frame it like that. Let's talk about this. Alpheus and Titan and Malekith, you guys have probably talked about what your goal is with this situation. You probably want Celadon to end up being the king, right?
Yeah.
So that you can continue to manipulate the politics here. But the thing with Titan, right, is that Titan's ultimate goal is to destroy Sinia's power in the region, so that
I'm stuck between. I have a fork in the road. I can either work towards, because I don't know that Titan is going to. Because I don't know that Titan's just going to be like, oh yeah, we can just let Celadon be the king.
Yeah, Titan has told you like, this is our plan. Like I just want to get rid of this king.
Right.
But I mean, ultimately, we I think know as people, as audience members, Titan doesn't really care about Sinia.
No.
So.
And I think Alpheus knows that.
Yeah.
Because the whole
honestly,
way he met him is pretty shady.
Alpheus, you could decide in this moment, like, to just be like, give up Titan to the king and like make a power play for yourself.
Yeah, but the thing, so in my head, I'm going, okay, so I could walk in there with Titan, and then no, that wouldn't work. I'm trying to think of how to expose him in a way that doesn't expose me.
Yeah. This would be the situation that you would do, right? You would say Alpheus would go in with Titan.
Who was asking me about Titan the other day? Who was that? Wasn't that Soder?
No, Bastion. It was the Royal Guard.
So why don't I just give Titan to him?
You could. You totally could. Actually, that actually makes a lot of sense. The thing is, like, I don't think he knows what Titan looks like. Titan is a name that's been going around. so he could, I mean, and Titan uses disguises and stuff. So like he could walk in. So there are two options that I see, right? Titan is probably not going to end up in the throne room with you when you talk to him, right? He's probably going to get in and then like slip into the shadows and then be part of the palace at that point. But what you could do, Alpheus, is you could let him do that, right? And then do the thing with the king, do whatever you need to do with him, and then after the fact, go to Bastion and be like, hey, listen, I just got word that a spy is in your palace. Like, Titan is here, and I'm going to, like, and then basically say to him, like, you were right. Like,
dude, that's so shady.
You could.
I mean, I could. I don't know that I would think of that. But I could.
Because like, the thing with this situation, right, is from your perspective, Alpheus, you're probably like, at first, right, you're like, okay, like, Titan will kill the king, and I mean, honestly, this problem would be solved if Titan killed the king. Obviously, Titan wants to cause more chaos after that, but like,
nothing's stopping us from just killing Titan after the king is dead.
Technically, also true, right? The thing with this situation, right, is that if the king dies, then Avra is now in charge of herself, right?
Right. Does she take over?
That will definitely not. Well, if it's traced back to Celadon at all, like, that won't help you put Celadon on
political
the throne.
turmoil.
Yeah.
So does Avra succeed the king if he dies? Does she become queen?
No, but if she married Celadon,
he would become king.
He would just by default.
So who rules if there is no king? Who is in charge?
I think probably what would happen is like the high priest would cast auguries to be like, who is the next?
Like casting lots.
King. Yeah, king, god king, prophet king, whatever.
All right, so let's take Titan in there. But that means I have to do falsehood to be like, yeah, let's kill him, Titan. Or is that even falsehood? Because I'm just telling him, yeah, let's do it, what he wants to do already.
I mean, yeah, if you just like go along with his plan, it's not like you have to deceive him.
Yeah.
Like, you can just decide, like, later I'm going to do this.
Okay. Yep. You can come with me, Titan.
Yeah. Yeah. So he explains his plan to you. He's like, I'll just slip into the shadows, and then that night I'll like kill him in his sleep.
Well, and he could fail.
That is totally true. Yeah.
So yeah, go for it.
Thanks,
man.
Sounds good. So first off, he is going to roll an Inconspicuous Test to basically like be able to slip into the palace staff without being noticed. Because you're allowed to bring on entourage with you, sort of a thing. Let's see. One, two, three. Four. So he gets it. Oh, wow, that's not a good roll. He got a 2. So I'm going to go ahead and open like a Royal Guard character sheet. I don't know if they have observation, but that would be against observation. There you go. Well, that's taking too long. Why is that taking so long? Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the Royal Guards have persuasion, or not persuasion, observation. So they're going to be rolling just whatever their perception is, and then they have to get all successes basically to succeed because the ob is doubled. Nope. Yep. So he successfully slipped into the crowd. He's gone. Alpheus, you go to the king, and I mean, how are you approaching this?
So I'm going to the king to expose Soter for forging a royal signature.
Yes.
And
you basically just want to frame it in such a way that it's not, the focus isn't that it's about Avra, right? It's just someone forged
so
a
do
royal
I know
signature.
Soter? I forget.
He was the slimy nobleman who your predecessor, the leader of the Blue Robes, wanted to join forces with.
Oh, we wanted
I don't think
him.
you've ever talked to him.
So I'm gonna say, oh yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, oh great king, and then do whatever etiquette I'm supposed to do, and then say, I have news of a. What would he be, like a traitor, like a.
Yeah.
Because he's like, so here's what I think. I think he's a traitor because
an enemy of the crown.
Because in the past he was trying to garner support for the Blue Robes to make him king, which is a huge slap in the face to the king. And now evidence has come to light that he's forged a royal signature.
Yeah.
And I have evidence.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do this first. Let's have you make that etiquette roll. Because I mean, this is a very dicey etiquette situation here.
Dicey.
All right. Can I rule in fork in rule of law?
No, because like the main thing that's like a problem in this situation is not so much whether or not.
What about contract wise? He's forging signatures.
No, and this is literally just specifically to make sure you get the etiquette right
for
addressing the king, so that
it's
he doesn't
just etiquette then.
Yeah, I think it's just etiquette. I don't know if there's anything else there. It's gonna be an ob 4.
Oh no.
Yeah. Do you have any persona?
I have 1.
Yeah, probably you don't want to spend that on this, but. Ooh, that was bad. Well, you have a 6, so you could spend 2 fate and reroll 2 dice.
I don't know. Is it even worth it? That means I have to get more 6s. Right?
Yes, exactly.
You know what? I'll try it. You
have 6 fate.
Remaining ob 3. Dice 2?
Yep.
No.
So close.
I didn't get any 6s?
No, you didn't. Yeah.
Well, do I have anything else I can do?
Nope, not at that point.
I want to call on my trait
you don't have a call
reroll
everything. For etiquette, though. You don't have a call on for etiquette,
I know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I was just hoping.
Yep. Alpheus has been trying to do good etiquette, and honestly, you did pretty good.
Hey, I'm the bluest robe. That should be a fork.
No, this is about like the really like sketchy etiquette situation that the king has going on right now. He just is so tense about everything that you have to get this right, or else he gets angry.
So what now? He's gonna kill me?
No, it's just like you've immediately got off on the wrong foot with him. You've forgotten some probably really minor social etiquette thing, but he notices it and he calls you on it, and he's just like, an absolute disgrace to come in the presence of the king and be so dishonorable. And like he doesn't like attack you or anything, but he's just like mad at you already.
Typical Alpheus, bro.
So at this point, you're just going to be like, hey, listen, this is the situation. This guy is trying to usurp your position. Here's how he's trying to do it. He forged a signature. I have evidence. You should what?
He's been trying to garner support. We got to get rid of him.
Just basically get rid of him?
You should kill him. Put him on trial and execute it in front of everyone.
Okay. That is a persuasion roll. You're trying to get him to do something in his best interests.
So it should be an easy roll.
Seth disappeared.
He did.
So now the overlays are messed up.
Oh, he couldn't hear us, so we left to rejoin.
Oh, got it. Okay.
What am I rolling?
So you're gonna roll persuasion.
Okay.
I need to find.
I have good persuasion. I have 6.
You do have a good persuasion. I'm just double check, and you have a call on for it and fate points. So
yeah.
I just have to double check.
I want to try to persuade the king to make me the king.
Uh,
That's how much skill I have in persuasion.
Your ob is 7.
No,
because his will is 6.
Too high.
And you got a +1 ob for failing the etiquette.
Okay. Forks.
What are you gonna try?
Everything. Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy makes sense here. Yep.
And rule of law.
Yep.
And reading.
No.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, 2 forks.
Yeah, I think so.
Give me that at least. Persona, if I need it, can I use it later?
You can't use it later. You have to decide now.
I'm using it.
Okay, you're gonna use it. Okay, keep in mind before you click submit. Not having a persona means that if you get like a mortal wound, you just die.
Nope. Not using it. Base ob 7.
Base ob 7.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's take this one step at a time. You got a 3 out of 7. First step is to spend 2 fate, right? Because you got a 6, and you can spend one on one of the failed dice.
So remaining ob 4.
4. Yep.
2 dice.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how close they get.
Oh my gosh.
No, 0.
Oh my gosh. Bro, I'm gonna die. This is my last episode, guys.
Okay, so at this point,
what's my call on?
Your call on means you could reroll all failed
dice
in this test. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it counts the fate dice that you rerolled. It's just like the original dice of the test. So you can basically do the fate thing again, except with 5 dice and still a 4 remaining up.
Oh my gosh. That's so bad. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so close.
Okay, I'll use my. I have
so
to do that. Can I use my persona?
You can't after the fact. No.
Oh my goodness.
You failed. Yeah, I think you've run out of.
Kill him,
your
Titan!
options.
Kill him! Hurry!
So.
Well, what's the result? I don't even know what the result would be.
So, I mean, you failed by 1. I mean, the actual like margin of failure doesn't count super much in an instance like this. Your intent was to get him to kill this
maybe
guy.
He still arrests him or something.
I mean, no, I feel like probably what happens, Alpheus, is he's just like, how dare you suggest that a loyal subject of mine, one of my most important administrators, would betray me. Blue Robe, it is you who will be arrested and executed in front of the entire assembly. And yeah, I think legitimately the royal guard steps over and then grabs you. Like, do you try to attempt to do anything else?
Who's there? Who's in this room?
Just like a bunch of royal guards.
And me.
Yeah.
Dude.
You knew the stakes.
Why am I getting arrested? I didn't deserve this.
He could have just stated the facts and he could have reacted on his own. He's crazy enough to do that.
That's the thing, right? Your intent was pretty extreme. And so it was like, he has to like react extremely in the opposite direction if you fail. You can try. I mean, it's not like you really have a lot of
I still think now
skills here.
Now I know that Titan is still gonna kill him, so I'll go to jail for a week. Let me out when he's dead.
That's fair.
I'm going to jail. Take me.
Okay.
Take me. Take me to jail.
Sounds good. So we see Alpheus be dragged off.
I'm crying. I think Alpheus would be crying.
Yeah, okay. That's where we are. We'll take our first break of the night, and then we'll come back and do some other stuff. It'll be fun. Stick around. We got more Death Unto Madness right after this.